Running round the swamp with my hatchet held high. Hatchet held high, hatchet held high. Dead body corpse, juggaloids never die. Juggaloids never die, juggaloids never die. Joku in the cut, face painted with some blood. Florida swamp stomping through the fire in the mud. First 6 Joker cards carved deep in my gut. The terminal calling, don't be scared to pick up. Last shot, said a hater, let the echo just ring. Drag my nuts across his chin like a carnival swing. Freak show soldier, ain't I marching through the rain? If you ain't down with the clown, then your ass don't mean a thing. Running around the swamp with my hatchet held high. Hatchet held high, hatchet held high. Dead body corpse, juggaloids never die. Juggaloids never die, juggaloids never die. From the gutter to the stage, rise up from the crypt. Dead body corpse down, round spin like a script. Blood moon rituals got me howling in this bitch. It's a carnival of corpses, juggle death up in the pit. Let the Machiavelli brains caught in my flames. Meat cleaver symphony, hatchet swings and it clangs. Serpent led thugging, straight jugging in my chain. Sipping venom with the dead, I behead them with my blade. Running round the swamp with my hatchet held high. Hatchet held high, hatchet held high. Dead body corpse, juggaloids never die. Juggaloids never die, juggaloids never die. Running round the swamp with my hatchet held high. Hatchet held high, hatchet held high. Dead body corpse, juggaloids never die. Juggaloids never die, juggaloids never die. Sled where ain't none of the same. Kick the door and break the locks and where's the motherfucking safe? It ain't safe up in this motherfucker shit, here come the fame. Turn the crowd into a mosh pit, throwing elbows, claws and legs. Let it rage, motherfucker, let it rage. Crank the terminal up in this bitch. BSC the game, be the gang, DBC the name. Let it bang, what you claim, motherfucker. Anything and everything else that I choose. Jugging, bitch, you know I'm jugging in my shoes. Wicked clown, she hit the ooze up in the booth. Inspirational masseur up in the stool. Super sick, ain't shit out the mandible. Like the Machiavelli Hannibal. Eat this beat up like a cannibal. Misconstrued, been here dark and confused, but hopefully still understandable. Wolfing out, bitch, I'm an animal. Hit with the poison, no antidote. Joker got no time for anecdotes. Kick the door and break the locks. And we turn the whole crowd to a mosh pit. All around bodies run. Nobody safe when we walk in. Kick the door and break the locks. And we turn the whole crowd to a mosh pit. I'm up, kick down the door, I'ma bang my set. Little troublers fade that you laid to rest. Your beats don't play till they face the test. What you looking at here is the main event. So grab it, depends on the cut the check. Ain't no other way to say it, but the hits that I'm making, I know they're your favorite. A live demonstration of all folks sacred. Bringing it back and we making some changes. Took them to church and they singing the praises. Taking forgiveness, your burst in the vapors. Cremation flames for all my haters. Hush time, in the Sin City sunshine. I be ducking them one times. Take the beat and I beat the bitch with a punchline. Every dumb thing you done at the scene, go ahead and mug me and yell out, fuck me. But they so weak that they can't compete. All my ops are so obsolete. Talk is cheap, but I'ma still get money. Fuck your bitch, you know I ain't bluffing. Licking the plate and I'm leaving you nothing. Aiming the beam and I'm squeezing a bus. Nobody safe when we walk in. Kick the door and break the locks. And we turn the whole crowd to a mosh pit. All around bodies run. Nobody's safe when we walk in. Nobody's safe. Kick the door and break the locks. Kick out of the back of the crowd to a mosh pit. All around bodies run.
hiding like a sigil crafted by a witch. Underground trembles when the wolves are deep off in the pit. Fur-laden fisticuffs will punch you right off in your shit. Dirty dogs from Dover. Catch you sitting and it's over. Pat prowling through the crowd, ears perking to the rhythm. Keeping eyes peeled for easy prey and hoping no one's with them. It ain't safe, motherfucker, it ain't safe. Dead body corp off in it, so you know we duck the case. Tap strafe. On the ground dropping bodies, and you better mind your business. You'll be in after Think be the name, but it's more than just a moniker. Shit is second nature, bitch, there ain't no need to monitor. Keep raising hell so you know we break thermometers. And keep the shit moving, all gas, no speedometer.
Somebody say funny walking. Kick the door and break the locks in. And we turn the whole crowd to a mosh pit. All around bodies on Somebody say funny walking. Kick the door and break the locks in. And we turn the whole crowd to a mosh pit. All around bodies
What is up, everyone? How's everyone doing? What's up, Blizzard? We're just chilling. Just decided to do this since I didn't do my walk stream that I usually do in the morning. I just decided to do a morning lounge stream. Still gotta pack my stuff because I'm going to visit Taylor on Monday, so I like to pack my stuff ahead of time, so I need to do that. But I am also excited because I get to see her. I'm also excited because on Sunday I'm going to see ICP because they're going to be here in Denver for 2 nights on Sunday and Monday. I'm going to the Sunday sold out show. And I'm excited because, you know, I haven't seen ICP in concert since The Gathering 21. So it's definitely been a while since I've seen the Clowns. And the last time I've seen ICP here in Denver in general, like the last time they were here in Colorado, when I seen them here in Colorado was 2019. So it's definitely been a while since I've seen them in concert, and since I've seen them in concert here in Denver. So I'm excited. I've been really needing the clown show lately. Y'all have no idea. Because yeah, I get it's very therapeutic for me just to go to underground and jug events, but there's just something also very therapeutic about going to a clown show. There's just something very therapeutic about it. Anyone who's been to a show will tell you. So for anyone who is going to the Denver show on Sunday, come say what up, give a dab, give a hug, pick, all that good old happy jazz. I'll try to get some footage for the channel. But I'm also just gonna enjoy myself because this is my first clown show since 2021. So I'm also just gonna enjoy myself. But if anyone does recognize me, come say what up. Don't hesitate, come say what up. Like I said, I'll get some footage, but I'm also just going to enjoy the show because this is my first clown show in a while. So got some homies coming from out of town. We're going to try to do an Hours of Chaos podcast tomorrow, even though we don't have a guest booked tomorrow, but we're still going to try to do an Hours of Chaos podcast tomorrow. I am currently looking to book people, so if you guys know anyone who would like to come on the show or come back on the show, let me know. And I'll interview anyone, even fellow podcasters and interviewers, even just fellow jugs, I will interview. Because the one thing I always love to hear is people's juggalo origin story, as I call it. It's one thing why I like to interview other fellow juggalos, is I love to hear their juggalo origin story, how they got into the music, the culture, and everything. And I'm down for people to interview me too as well. So, or to just have me as a guest on people's shows, I'm down for that too. Whether it be as interviewing me or having me be a special guest co-host, I'm down. That's something I'm trying to maybe do here for the Hours of Chaos podcast, is have a weekly different co-host every time. You know, I've been doing this show for 8 years by myself, so it'd be nice to have a little co-host every now and then, especially to switch it up until someone's ready to be like a full-on co-host, because I tried having like actual co-hosts in the past and they were completely unreliable, so ugh. So yeah, that track we played at the beginning of the stream was Triple H by my bro Droku, one half of Dead Body Corporation. Yeah, that song is some straight juggalo anthem. My bros at Dead Body Corporation, y'all, they making straight juggalo anthems. Straight juggalo anthems. And they're talented as fuck. I've had the opportunity to watch them work in the studio. Because they work in a professional studio. So what's everyone else up to? Yeah, we're just chilling, lounging. Alrighty. So what's everyone else got going on today? Probably in a little bit I'll go out on the deck and lounge out. Do some wake and bake. Well then, that's interesting. I guess, not really. Yeah, we just lounge in here. What's everyone got today? It's hard to believe it's Wednesday already. I don't know why. It just feels like it's Tuesday. I don't know why. Maybe I'll start doing some arts and crafts streams as well. I don't know. I really want to get into mask crafting. That's what I really want to do. But yeah, who's all ready for Halloween? Anywho. Yeah, I'm just lounging, doing absolutely nothing. What else do y'all want to talk about? Guess we'll just lounge out some more, play some more tunes. That's not what I was trying to do. There we go. Yeah, this is one of my favorite ICP tracks. How many of y'all know about this track? It's called Are You Wicked? I'd love to hear them perform this live.
Tell me, are you conscious? Tell the folks wish someone would stop this. Tell me, are you feeling? Them folks desperately need healing. Tell me, are you aching? Them folks, children, cold and shaking. Tell me, are you ready? Them folks aiming, shotgun steady and bang. Souls are people too. Life don't stop, but good times do. But it don't matter 'cause they ain't you. Tell me, motherfuckers, the obvious truth.
Yeah. So hopefully everyone's doing good. Yeah. Guess I could just share this all with social media and let people know. I don't know. Oh, shit. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I'm just chilling, doing absolutely nothing. Let's get another tune going. Get in a Halloween mood.
I'm being told this is legal.
I'll be back, y'all.
To die is a fate that must come to us all. But how horrible to be buried alive. Imagine the hell of lying trapped in your own coffin. Your heart beating wildly, every gasping breath, using up the valuable oxygen.
My hand popped up out of the dirt, crawling out with broken wrist that don't even hurt. My blood won't squirt, it's rusty, dry. A millipede made its home in my eye. I'll get by till the wicked Halloween. I'm howling, stray dogs following. I'm coming home, dead man walking. My feet flop, clown walking. Might make the beat drop. Spent 25 years, I'm chewing on gum. Wait, I got none, I'm chewing on my tongue. My legs snapped off at the knee. I beat a kid in the head with his fault as candy. Drag myself all the way to my old block. There go my old house, I go knock. Trick or treat, some chick opened it up. I stabbed her in the gut, started choking and shot. What happened to the wicked? Gave me a wicked hand. It's time to get blood, and we get blood everywhere. It's time to get blood, and we get blood everywhere. Happened to the wicked? Gave me a wicked hand. It's time to get blood, and we get blood everywhere. It's time to get blood, and we get blood everywhere. Extremely often, I'm laying in my coffin. But this Halloween, the lid's coming off, son. A dead ninja got work to put in. And quite a few assholes to put a foot in. It's been 20 years, I wonder where my bitch at. My dick's still intact, I wanna hit that. Ain't shit funny, and this ain't a costume. I only live under the light of the moon. Looking for the bitch in the phone book, but my only one good eye, it won't work. Finally found the address, I'm going there, looking like a big Yoda, but I don't care. Rang the doorbell with a dead ass rose, long ass worm hanging out of my nose. My bitch got older, looking like Nick Foley. I killed her, cause I refuse to die lonely. Come on, bitch. It's time to get blood, and we
What's up, Rumor? Just lounging, chilling. Gonna probably go out on the deck and smoke for a bit because lounging, wake and bake. Went for my morning walk. Now I'm just chilling. Had breakfast. Now I'm just lounging, chilling. And oh, yeah. Well, like they say, a walk a day is actually good. Especially if it's a 20, 30, 40-minute walk. It's good. Yeah, I'm dragging a little bit too. For some reason today, it didn't feel like Wednesday to me. Yeah, that's happened to me before. One time I was playing a game so late that I was not aware of what time it was. And then when I saw what time it was, I went to bed. I was playing a PlayStation 4 game. And then when I saw what, I was like, what time is it? Because I thought it was only like 10 or 11 at night. And then when I saw what time it was like 3 a.m. I was like, oh, I need to go to bed. I got so distracted by this game that I was playing it until 3 a.m. Yeah, it's hard to believe it's already the middle of the week, but so yeah, I gotta pack my stuff for my trip when I go see Taylor on Monday because I like to pack my stuff ahead of time. And then get excited and pumped because ICP's coming here to Denver on Sunday as well as Monday. But I'm only going to the Sunday sold out show. I'm going to Wyoming on Monday, the day after the ICP show. So then I need to get up early on Monday to go to the bus station. Because I like to get there a little early because a lot of people are idiots that ride not a lot, but there are some people that ride the Greyhound buses that they're not aware when they get their ticket that what it says on your ticket, that's where you have to sit. It's not like a city bus where you can just sit anywhere. When you take a Greyhound, y'all, you have to sit in the seat that they tell you to. Or that you booked. You have to sit there. It's like flying an airplane, only it's a Greyhound bus. For those that don't know. I've had to tell people numerous times, that's my seat, and then show them, see, I paid for that seat. Well, and I noticed most people that ride the Greyhound, a lot of those people can't ride airplanes because a lot of them act really stupid and shit. I was like, no wonder some of those people can't fly an airplane because they make an ass of themselves. But that's why I always bring some sort of protection on the bus. And I like to sit towards the front because it's easier for me to get off the bus. And when I book my bus, I book like the no neighbor thing because there's a thing now called no neighbor where you could take up both seats. That's what I like to do. And then I put my bag on the seat on the outside. So then I can just stretch out on the chair and lean against like the window and nap and stuff. So yeah, it's actually very smart to do. Yeah, I'm glad they enforced that have that no neighbors thing. You have to pay a little more, but it's totally worth it because I'm not going to sit next to a complete stranger like someone that I've never met. I'm not going to sit next to a complete stranger for how many hours I'm on a bus. I'm not going to do that. It's one thing if it's an airplane, you kind of deal with that on an airplane, I guess. But as long as you're sitting next to someone you know or gotten to know, then that's when someone can sit next to me on the bus. But if it's someone I've like never ever met or don't talk to, I would get very paranoid. So as long as it's someone I know or talk to that sits next to me on the bus, I don't care. Yeah, that's why I like to try to get there early. Also, because I know people like to try to do that. And that's just one thing. My biggest gripe about Greyhound is that they need to enforce people and tell people to sit in their assigned seats. Same with the airplane. Like sometimes on airplanes, they don't do that when they should. It's like, a lot of us booked a lot of money to just book these seats. So, I mean, yeah, you have to pay a little bit more extra to have a no neighbor thing, but it's totally worth it, especially if you're traveling by yourself. Now, if you're traveling with someone you know, then you could have that person sit next to you if you want to. That's totally fine. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm probably going to get my packing done either today or tomorrow because I like to do all that ahead of time, so I'm not doing the packing at the last minute, especially because I have to get up early. Yeah, I can't believe it's winter, almost winter also. Next month is already 2 months until the year's already over. We're already 3 months until this year's over. That's crazy. Almost 2. Yeah, the years just go by so quick sometimes. Or like 2025 started out slow, then it picked up, and then it slowed down again. Now it's picking up and going fast again. It's weird. What up, Cheesy? Just chilling, lounging, probably going to go smoking a little bit out on the deck. So when I do, I'll just hop on my phone and then we'll chat as I'm on my phone, smoking on the deck. I also find that getting Halloween costumes now it's easier just to get a Halloween costume from a store, like a used one, or stuff that you can find at a thrift store and just make your own costumes from scratch. That's what I like to do now. I either like to make stuff from scratch or I like to take a bunch of stuff that I found at thrift stores and incorporate that into a costume. And I like to do, and that's basically what my costume is this year. It's a lot of stuff that I've gotten at a thrift store, with the exception of the mask that I got at Family Dollar. Yeah, Taylor likes to make a lot of her homemade costumes. She makes a lot of her homemade costumes. She makes a lot of her son's homemade costumes. Yeah, you can buy a brand new costume these days. Depends where you get it. Sometimes buying a brand new costume is very expensive as shit. Yeah, she is very creative. I've also been expanding more my creative side. Like earlier I said I want to start getting into like mask crafting. I want to learn how to make rubber masks, so I'll have to ask one of my homies how to do that because he does that. I want to make a lot of just plain. I want to take a lot of plain hockey masks and like make different paint different designs on them. I know, right? They're not like the ones that came out when the costumes that came out when we were younger. And that's what a lot of my costumes were growing up. A lot of my costumes weren't like brand new. Some of them was just stuff that we found at the thrift stores and we like made that into a costume. Or my mom would do that. I mean, I would buy a few new costumes here and there. But most of the time, a lot of my costumes, I got at like the thrift store or something. Or it was like other clothes that can be used for whatever I was going to be that year. Yeah. For my first Halloween when I was little, like when I was born, I was a clown for Halloween. Let's see, I can name almost everything that I've been for Halloween, so I'd like to, and I could say basically the age that I was for some of them. Like for my first Halloween when I was a baby, I was a clown. I'm trying to remember what I was for my second Halloween. I'd have to ask my mom, but I know one time I was a firefighter. One time I was the Tin Man. At one point I was a firefighter. I think I already said that. I was a pirate one year. And then I know when I was in 4th grade, I was Harry Potter. Because at the time when I was in 4th grade, I used to wear glasses and everyone used to say I looked like Harry Potter. So I was Harry Potter one year for Halloween. I was Darth Maul from Star Wars. I was the Headless Horseman one year. One year I was Dracula. Another year I was Freddy Krueger one year. And then one year I was a rapper. And then one year I was a pimp. Oh yeah, exactly. And with a pirate costume, you can just take any regular clothes that you find at a thrift store and incorporate that into a costume. I'm actually being a clown again this year, but I'm being like an evil clown. But I'm wearing like colorful clothes, but I'm still being like an evil clown. It's to fit with the theme of Taylor's costume because Taylor made a homemade dress that she made into a carousel. So it's a carousel dress that Taylor made. So that's going to go good with my evil clown costume. And the clown costume's got like, it's very colorful, but the clown mask is like evil and demented. So I got like the wig to go with it. And then I'm just wearing the clown mask under it. And then I'm wearing like the clown jacket. So it's all like, it's a checkered pattern clown outfit and it's all rainbow colored. And then I'm wearing a overalls underneath it. And then underneath the overalls, I'm going to be wearing an evil clown shirt that has a clown on it in flames. So you guys will see. I'll definitely post pictures on social media. I was going to surprise people, but I figured I'd tell people. And then for Taylor's sons, she made them homemade costumes as well, because she always makes their homemade costumes. One of her sons is going to be a pumpkin costume that she's made, and the other is going to be a potato. Last year, she made one of her son's costumes from the game Five Nights at Freddy's, and she made that homemade. So Taylor's very creative when it comes to making homemade costumes. She basically has an idea of what she's going to be already for Halloween next year. But yeah, this is our first Halloween together. I'm excited. And then I'm going to go see her in November because she's doing a benefit show concert that she's performing at. And then I'm going to go see her on December 17th because December 17th is our 1-year anniversary. So we're also going to go spend our 1-year anniversary together on the 17th of December because that's our anniversary. Oh yeah, we'll definitely take pictures. We'll take pictures on Halloween. We'll take pictures not on Halloween. Yeah, she has pictures of, but yeah, her carousel costume dress turned out really good. And she made this from scratch from a dress that I got for her at Goodwill. So she is very, very creative. I know she wants to start streaming her working on her arts and crafts. She is taking custom orders right now for stuff, y'all. So if anyone wants to order something from her, ask her what she still has. And then, yeah, just purchase something from her. If there's something custom you want made for her, just let her know and then just send her the money, because then she's got to get the stuff to make it if you want stuff custom made. So then it gives her a chance to get the money so she can go put the custom whatever you guys want made, and yeah, just send her the money. Yeah, she's good at sewing and crochet too. My sister sews and crochets too. Oh yeah. And like I said, I think she still has a lot of that stuff. So I would just message her and ask her what she still has. And then just send her the money if y'all want to buy something from her. Or if you want something brand new custom made from her, have her send it. Just send her the money. So then she can get the stuff that she needs to make it. Another thing she's made is this. She made this from scratch. I think she said she wants to try making these again. Yeah, she's very multi-talented. She not just when it comes to arts and crafts, but she's also very talented with her music. When she writes her music, she's very talented when it comes to her music as well. She always tells people she gets her creative side from her dad, because her dad was very creative. All right, y'all, we're going to go out on the deck and smoke. Also, if you guys would like custom logos, especially if you guys are YouTubers, streamers, and you want to have your own merch or logos made, hit her up for that too. She also does that, like the donchaos logo you guys see in the corner here. She did that logo too that you see in the corner that I'm pointing to. All right, y'all. I'm going to go smoke. Let's go smoke on the deck. Let's go wake and bake. Uh, yeah, that's what I thought about doing. I thought about having her make a patch, because she does make patches too. She's really good at doing that. She's good at making material. Like if y'all want custom jerseys or something to put on a hoodie, she could make stuff like that even. Yeah, she's definitely an artist. Make sure you guys check out her music too, because she does write really good music too. And her whole stage persona is very original. Her stage persona is she's a wind-up doll, so when she's performing, she has like a turnkey on her back that's like turning when she's performing. Hence, that's why her name, stage persona, or just name, is Twisted Taily, because it sits with her whole persona being a wind-up doll, which is very original. She makes a lot of her outfits too when she performs. She makes her own merch that she sells at the shows and whatnot. So yeah, Rumor, you should definitely come to Wyoming in November when she does her Christmas benefit show. It's totally free. You can either donate, and that will be your donation to get in the show, or you bring in a used or unused toy as your donation. And that's what she's doing in November. Yep, it's her and her homies that are doing that. I know you said, Rumor, you're not too far from Wyoming. Like I said, she's only 3 hours away from Cheyenne, so. And where she lives in Wyoming is very nice. Wyoming in general is a beautiful state. Just like Colorado, Wyoming is a beautiful state. They at least got clean air. Cheyenne's really nice. And when you look at it, Cheyenne's not too far from Denver. Cheyenne, driving from Denver to Cheyenne, or even Cheyenne to Denver, doesn't really take that long at all. What does it take? Like maybe an hour, maybe an hour, 2 hours at least. Yeah, it's crazy knowing how close Cheyenne and Denver are pretty close to each other, and those are both the capitals of these states, as they're not that far off from each other. Yeah, there is zero traffic in Wyoming. Well, but the only time there is traffic in Wyoming, there's only two reasons why there's usually traffic in Wyoming. One is if there's a really bad car accident, that's when there's traffic, or when there's construction. All in all, that's the only time there's really traffic in Wyoming, is if there's a wreck or construction. Yeah, Cheyenne Frontier Days is really nice, I've heard. I think they have a theme like that in the city where my girlfriend lives. They do a Frontier Day where they dress like the Old West and stuff. Yeah, I'll ask her if she's been to Frontier Day. I'll ask her. In the city where she lives, they're known for doing the rodeo competitions. That's what they're known for. Yeah. She said one year for like Wyoming History Month at her school, she dressed like Calamity Jane because Calamity Jane, the famous female outlaw, went through Wyoming at one point. I believe she also went through the city that my girlfriend lives in. The museum where she lives is totally free to go to also. So you can see like a lot of the old Western, it's like a lot of old Westerns at the museum. You can walk into an old jail where she lives. You can walk into an old jail cell and whatnot, and around just the old jail in general that was around during the Western days. So if you really like Western days or Red Dead, you would like the history of where she lives. Where she lived was a mining city, mining town. Yeah, one of the things that where she lives too has a lot of history, why the place is probably notoriously haunted. So me and her definitely want to go around where she lives and do some paranormal investigation. Oh yeah, where she lives, this is really, really nice. And like I said, she's only 3 hours away from Salt Lake City, Utah. But the more we drive to Salt Lake, it doesn't feel like 3 hours. It only feels like 2 hours now. It actually goes by pretty quick. Yeah, Wyoming is very beautiful. Yeah, the winters there can get brutal and it does get very windy there, but you take out all that other stuff, Wyoming is beautiful. The air is clean. The population isn't that big. The only sucky thing is they're not a legal state yet. That's the only thing that sucks about them, is they're not a legal state yet, which, I mean, there are exceptions, I guess, from what I've been told. There are exceptions. That's the one thing I just wish they would be, is a legal state. Agreed, it should just be legal everywhere. I always joke with my girlfriend, I was like, because like how Wyoming and Alaska are similar, where the states are huge and spread out apart and where the population isn't that big, I always joke with my girlfriend, I'm like, how is it, babe, that Alaska legalized weed before Wyoming? How has that happened? I know, it should just be. Well, I heard there's exceptions for it to be legal, to get it in Wyoming. And it's funny because growing up here in Colorado, we used to always drive to Wyoming to get fireworks. And a lot of people still do that, even to this day. People still drive to Wyoming from Colorado to get fireworks. I was like, yep, I remember doing that. My dad remembers doing that too. Why in Wyoming, fireworks are totally legal. See, you drive to Wyoming too to get fireworks. See? Exactly. If you want good fireworks, Wyoming is the state to go. That is very true. Yeah, my girlfriend and her friend said if they would just legalize weed in Wyoming, people would stop doing other stuff. Because I guess Wyoming has a very serious heroin and meth problem. And she told me, and they told me, they're like, if they would just legalize weed here, people would just do weed and not do heroin or meth. Because this is not harmful if you do it right. And like I say, I do this for medical reasons. I do it for my back. I do it for my anxiety. And I do it for nights when I can't sleep. It is so much better. I first started doing it, though, when I was like 14 or 15, though. I mean, yeah, every now and then I want to get a little buzz from this, but most of the time I just use this for medical reasons. Want to go inside, Risen? Okay. All right, let's go inside. Well, that was perfect timing because this needs to charge. So give me a bit, y'all. I do it for everyone else's well-being. Right? Right? That's why I do it. I do it for everyone else's well-being too. That's why before I usually go out shopping, grocery shopping, I usually take a few hits because it helps with my anxiety. Like, I'll be aware that there's people around me, a lot of people while I'm out shopping, but the weed will like make me relax to where I won't get anxious and shit when I'm out and about. And that's why I tell people there's so many different types that certain types might make you paranoid, and then there's kinds that will make you not paranoid. Like my dad told me that. He's like, oh, when I used to do weed, that made me paranoid. I was like, but Dad, when you were younger, there was only one type of weed back then. And I had explained to him there's many different types of weed now. There's weed that doesn't make you paranoid. Like the ones I always do, I make sure doesn't make me paranoid and make my anxiety worse. If anything, It makes me less anxious with the strands I do. It also makes me more relaxed and self-aware. Exactly. We know what we're getting now than as opposed to back in the 80s and the 70s when there was just one type of weed. Exactly, Rumor. That's why I always tell my dad and mom, when you guys were younger in the 80s and 70s, there was only like one type of weed back then that people knew of. Like there was just weed. Or I told my dad the other reason why it could have made him paranoid, because someone probably laced his weed and didn't tell him. Exactly. It is better to buy from the store. It's not just nicer to buy from a store, Rumor. It's a lot safer. It's a lot safer now. Because nowadays, if you buy it off the street, you don't know what someone's going to put in there. You might tell that person on the street, hey, I just want weed. And they might lace it and not tell you. Yeah, if you get it from the street, it's better to have it with someone you know that maybe grows it. Like if you know someone that grows it, fine. But if you're just getting it from some random person off the street, I would not trust that. I mean, when I lived in Florida, luckily I had a reliable dealer in Florida. I had a reliable source in Florida where I would get my shit in Florida. And that person was very trustworthy, luckily. Because he would make sure that I just had straight up weed. He would not get me anything else. And the dude was reliable. Yeah, fuck fentanyl. Fuck fentanyl is all I can say. I've lost people that I've known to fentanyl, which is fucked up. I lost someone because they didn't even know they were doing fentanyl. Someone gave them weed and told them it was just weed, but it was fentanyl-laced weed. Fuck that shit. I'm glad that person who gave them that got beat the shit out of. I'm glad that person got beat the shit out of. It is scary. And even my dad did research, Rumor. You want to know what's even more scary? There's enough fentanyl here in the state of Colorado to kill the entire state 2 times over. How scary is that? That is fucking scary. Yeah, nowadays you need those testing kits for everything. That's why I recommend everyone buy testing kits now, just to play it safe. And I'm glad at like music events or music festivals now, they do have drug testing kits that people can buy now. I'm glad they sell those at music festivals, or people bring their own drug testing kits. That's playing it smart. So I encourage everyone to still continue in this day to get drug testing kits so you know what's in your stuff. Because I don't want to hear about losing more people to fentanyl. It's funny because that's exactly what my dad says. That's exactly what my dad says, Rumor. That's exactly what my dad says too, and I kind of believe him. I actually believe him. It does make you wonder. Right? It wasn't really around when I was growing up either. When I was growing up, the most things we had to worry about was crack, cocaine, heroin, and meth, and all those other drugs. Those are the only things we had to worry about. I've just tried weed. I've just done weed, and of course I'll have the occasional drink every now and then, but that's all I'll do. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. I'm very proud of myself. I haven't had a cigarette since 2011 or 2012, so I'm very proud of myself. Even though there's days sometimes where I really crave a cigarette or a cigar sometimes. There's times where I want a cigarette and a cigar sometimes still, but I tell myself no. And I'm glad I quit too, especially when you see the price of cigarettes and cigars. They are so pricey now. I'm like, why would I want to pay that much money to put poison in my body? Why would I want to do that? Especially when you read what's in cigarettes and cigars. You're like, why the hell did I put money in to do that? I'm glad I quit when I did. Yeah, they are expensive. It's not worth it. It's not worth it anymore. It's just not. Yep. It is crazy. Be alive. Everything is expensive. It almost feels like we are going into another Great Depression sometimes. It's what it feels like. And I hope I'm wrong. That's why I always try to reach out to people, because it's always good to reach out to people because you never know. Sometimes someone might be reaching out to you because they just need someone to talk to. So just remember, y'all, if someone's reaching out to you, they probably just need someone to talk to. You just might save someone's life just by talking to someone sometimes. Because you might be the only person that person feels like they could talk to. So never shun people. Don't ghost people if they're trying to reach out to you, because maybe they're trying to reach out to you because they need someone to talk to. And keep them calm from maybe doing something stupid. Exactly. Yep. Exactly. That's why I'm definitely, my goal, my game plan is to probably move to Wyoming. I love Colorado. I still love the scenery here, but it gets very pricey sometimes. And it's crazy. Colorado never used to be expensive. I don't know if you ever knew that, Rumor, but back in the day, Colorado used to be, right? Wyoming is cheaper. It just depends where you live, but yeah. But back in the day, Colorado never used to be that expensive. Back then, actually, Colorado used to be one of the most affordable states to live in back then. When my parents were living here, it was cheap. When my grandparents lived here, it was cheap. When me and my sister were living here. Well, yeah, because there's the key to that. There's a reason why it was expensive even 10 years ago. Because before that, it was cheap. I'm talking about 2000, from Colorado's founding until, so you look at when Colorado was founded, all the way up, and what made it expensive here. You can see the exact year when the price of living went up in Colorado. It was 2012. Yeah. Being that I lived here most of my life, I did that research and I noticed before 2012, Colorado used to be very affordable. Before 2012. Ever since 2012, it's been expensive here. So yeah, at one point, Colorado was affordable, but 2012 is when the price of living here went up. Just something to think about. So just now you know when the price of living went up here in Colorado. It was 2012. Before 2012, it was really affordable to live here in Colorado. Yep, it does make sense. Yeah, you have to do admission for your cars. Yeah, you have to do that in some. It was right before they did legalize weed. Yep. Because a lot of people moved here to Colorado just for the legalization of weed. I was like, why don't you just wait till it becomes legal in your state, or the next time your state has voting ballots, write that down on the ballot that you want legalization in your state. But yeah, that's what made it expensive to live here, is when a lot of people were moving here just because of the legalization of weed. I know some people who moved here for that. My sister's boyfriend is one of them. It's like, dude, you couldn't just wait till it went medical in your state or write on the ballot that you want it legalized. Like when I was living in Florida, there was ways to get weed, but it was also just medical in the state of Florida. But when I was living in Florida, when I was out shopping one time, someone gave me a thing. They're like, do you want to sign this to legalize weed in the state of Florida? I'm like, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of growth. And like I said, I still love Colorado because it's home, and I've always still loved the scenery here. And if you're a local born in Colorado, like a lot of locals in Colorado were, like, especially because I was born and raised here, people born and raised in Colorado are like usually more chill and we're more down to earth and accepting. But if you've lived here for a while, that usually does happen. Exactly, it does. It's gorgeous. It's just expensive. Exactly. Unless you have a good paying job or some type of business, it's hard to get by here. It really is. But yeah, the goal for me is to definitely move to Wyoming. That's the goal. because I'm absolutely in love with Wyoming too. What's up, Father of Chaos? Good morning. Top of the morning to you. Exactly. That's one of the many reasons why I want to get like a compound. If I ever live in, when I move to Wyoming, my goal is to get my own land and compound with like my friends and family if they want to move there, like this big compound, and then have security cameras everywhere. Because when you think about it, if the zombie apocalypse was to happen, y'all, where would you feel more safe? In a state where everything is more spread out? Or in a city where there's a big population? Yeah, that's why Wyoming, you would be more safe, because you wouldn't be in big population states or cities. Just saying. Yeah, my goal is to get my own land. And another reason why I want to get into my own land, there's another art thing I really want to start doing, and craft that I really want to start doing again, because it's a lost, very rare craft and skill that people have. I want to be a blacksmith. I want to be able to get my own forge, and I want to be a blacksmith. I want to try to be a blacksmith as well. Right? A nice big field of fire, maybe a dark carnival coaster for high ground, right? Yeah, I want to be able to make swords and stuff. I want to be a blacksmith. That would really be the way to pass the time. And I want goats, damn it. I want pygmy goats, damn it. Because pygmy goats are awesome. I also want to be able to grow my own food. Yeah, goats are cool. They're also adorable. Shit. How are you doing, Father of Chaos? Ugh. You definitely have a good one too. Remember, yeah, I need to go. I need to try to get stuff done. Sometime before Monday, I need to pack all my stuff for my trip. So I like to do it early. That way I'm not struggling at the last minute to get stuff packed. Stock up on Twinkies, right? Now I know where you got that reference. Father of Chaos. Zombieland. Such a funny movie. I love Zombieland. God, the movie is so fucking funny. Where's the Twinkies? I love Woody Harrelson. He's so funny. Yeah, now I want to watch Zombieland. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and get off for a bit. I've been on here for almost an hour and a half. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Rumor, Father of Chaos, Those Loud, Douglet. Thank you all for tuning in. So yeah, everyone have a good day. And yeah, I'll probably go live for the Hours of Chaos podcast tomorrow. As far as I know, I don't have a guest booked for this week unless I can make something happen at the last minute. But I'll try doing the Hours of Chaos podcast tomorrow, even if I don't have a guest, because, the Hours of Chaos podcast isn't just about me interviewing people. It's me dropping news and saying my opinions on stuff going around in the Juggalo underground world and just stuff in general. So I'll probably be live tomorrow. Definitely for the Hours of Chaos podcast. And yeah, appreciate you guys. And make sure you keep all the links in the description. If you're new to this channel, make sure also just like and subscribe as well, because it helps the algorithm. Share this everywhere. Hype up this stream or video. And yeah, later, y'all. Whoop, whoop.